In the heart of the ongoing turbulence in the Middle East with the Israel-Hamas conflict, a surprising new player has stepped onto the stage as a peace broker. That player is China, but it faces its own set of challenges in this high-stakes diplomatic game. China's top diplomat Wang Yi engaged with officials in Washington earlier this week as there are now fears of a regional war which are looming large. The United States has expressed its commitment to collaborate with China in search of a resolution. Wang has also reached out directly to both his Israeli and Palestinian counterparts. It's not just Wang. China's Middle East special envoy, Zhai Jun, has also embarked on a mission to the Middle East to meet with both Arab leaders and Israeli leaders to try and advocate for a ceasefire at the United Nations. But can China do the unthinkable? Can China bring peace between warring Israel and Hamas? We deep dive in Crux Decode. China's unique position as a diplomatic player in the Middle East lies in its constructive relationships with a variety of regional actors, including the Palestinians, the Gulf Arab countries, and of course, Iran and Turkey. This, coupled with the United States and its strong ties with Israel, holds the promise of bringing all parties to the table. But can all the parties involved set aside their differences and come to the table? That is an open question. Earlier this year, China had created some ripples by bringing together Iran and Saudi Arabia for what many considered impossible. It was the germination of some kind of rapprochement between Riyadh and Tehran. But over the last 3 weeks since this conflict began, all of that has evaporated in the aftermath of the current crisis. The Saudis and the Iranians find themselves at the opposite ends of this war, at least nominally. The Saudis are convinced that Hamas carried out this attack on the 7th of October at the behest of Iran, just to sabotage the possibility of normal ties between Tel Aviv and Riyadh. However, some experts are also downplaying China's role. They are saying that China is not a major player, particularly in the complex politics of the Middle East. China's initial statement right after this conflict began, that has also raised eyebrows, as it did not explicitly condemn Hamas, neither did it recognize Israel's right to self-defense. The situation further complicated China's already sensitive stand on the Palestinian cause. President Xi Jinping's emphasis on the need for an independent Palestinian state reflects China's historical support for the cause, even though in recent years it has deepened economic ties with Israel. Online debates in China have witnessed an upsurge in anti-Semitic rhetoric, creating discomfort in diplomatic circles. Some have even equated Israel's actions to Nazism, a move that has prompted a swift response from the German embassy in Beijing. The stabbing incident involving a family member of an Israeli embassy employee has also added to the unease, making it challenging for China to engage with the Israeli government. Eventually, it may have turned out to be a minor personal matter, but the optics of it was not missed either in Tel Aviv or in Washington. One of the driving forces behind China's involvement in the Middle East conflict is its significant economic interests. A widening conflict would endanger China's foreign oil imports. A substantial portion of it comes from the Gulf. China is the world's largest importer of crude oil. It imported up to 11 million barrels every single day in this year. In fact, in 2022, China's total import bill was close to $200 billion. China, while not directly criticizing the United States, has taken a potshot or two at American influence in this Middle East conflict. This move can be seen as part of its strategy to try and counterbalance America's global position. However, it also risks undermining China's own diplomatic stand. Both Xi and Wang have been openly critical of Washington's policy of putting Israel's interests first and putting the Palestinian cause to the back burner. This, they believe, has forced Hamas to do what they did on the 7th of October. At the same time, China has been careful not to be seen openly siding with the backers of terrorism. Now, despite its attempts to support Palestine and strengthen ties with Muslim-majority countries, China grapples with accusations of human rights abuses and genocide, particularly against the Uyghur minority who are Muslims in the province of Xinjiang, the westernmost. China's record against the Buddhists in Tibet is also rather patchy. Now, these issues could potentially strain China's relationships with Arab countries. Some experts argue that China's strategy is trying to gain favor by supporting Palestine. It might not be a one-size-fits-all solution. In fact, in the Arab world too, there is a diverse range of opinions on this matter. Wang Yi has reiterated China's commitment to bringing peace to the Middle East, emphasizing that China's involvement is free from all selfish interests as far as the Palestinian question is concerned. As the world watches this unfolding drama, China's role in the Israel-Hamas conflict remains an intriguing subplot. It has both potential and pitfalls on the path to a peaceful resolution.